wrote an open letter in a forum called MedPage Today, which gets a huge amount of viewers, to our president, President Biden, about our United States Department of Agriculture saying that getting 10% of your calories each day from sugar is an okay thing. There's no science that supports that. Now we understand, as it relates to fructose, specifically sugar, which is directly metabolized into uric acid, what this incredible connection is between fructose consumption and metabolic disorders. We've known this for at least since 1970, when a very powerful study came out in The Lancet linking fructose consumption to metabolic issues, but we didn't have all the pieces in place about how it works. What's the relationship to uric acid? How uric acid is amplifying the signaling in the body to create these problems as a survival mechanism, that making us fatter, raising our blood sugar, raising our blood pressure was always a good thing in our ancestral time. And it's only now that this has been over amplified to the extent that it becomes threatening to our health. But for more than 99% of our time on this planet, a survival mechanism was to become insulin resistant, was to have a slightly raised blood pressure and to make more body fat. So this is ancestral wisdom. You had Timothy Wood on your program talking about ancestral wisdom, really honoring what our bodies are doing, what they're trying to do. And it's all about this fact that we have these mechanisms in place. This particular mechanism, this making higher levels of uric acid, is something that we have had in place for about 14 to 17 million years. So long before hominids, our primate ancestors, over a period of about 1 million years of food scarcity because the earth became cooler, developed mutations, genetic mutations in genes that made an enzyme called uricase that would have broken down our uric acid and lowered it. Instead, we lost those genes. Our uric acid levels are now 4 to 5 times higher than that of other mammals, but it protected us. It allowed us to survive so you and I could have a conversation today. But the trigger to raise uric acid has been fructose, fruit sugar, in the form of, in the late summer, early fall, finding some berries, signaling your body by eating that sweet berry to get ready for winter. Well, now, we're preparing for this winter of food scarcity 365 days a year, and that winter never comes. So we're doing all the things that were helpful for us, making our bodies fatter, raising our blood sugar. And we know that these are the undercurrents that open the door to our coronary artery disease, our type 2 diabetes, our Alzheimer's, and even certain forms of cancer, colon, breast, and pancreatic cancer, for example. So it's a mismatch then between evolution and current environment, an evolutionary environmental mismatch. Okay. And it's been an interest of mine for a long time. I wrote my first paper on this topic half a century ago, way before you were born, when I was 16. And I ended that paper by asking, published in the Miami Herald, a newspaper, asking the question, what about us today with this outdated machinery? Meaning that our physiology, our bodies are geared at circumstances of higher levels of exercise or activity, of being ready to be survive during times of food scarcity, of having, most importantly, an incredibly robust response to consumption of fructose by amplifying that response through uric acid that screams in your body, winter's coming, make fat. Yeah. That's what's happening now 365 days a year to people around the world. Yeah. The number one cause of death on our planet right now, as you and I have this conversation, isn't a virus. Yeah. It's the chronic degenerative conditions, the heart disease, the diabetes, the Alzheimer's, that are at their core the manifestation of metabolic disarray. Good. Meaning our lifestyle choices are paving the way for these illnesses. It's not that this is something contagious, at least in
Mm.
terms of the classic definition of being contagious.